Let's go. Yeah.
For this play, this is where we wanted it.
Back, looks, throws, ends up. Yes! Caught! Touchdown, Detroit Lions! They did it! Let's go! Oh, my goodness!
This is Inside the Pride, presented by Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort and airing on the Lions TV network. I'm your host, Dannie Rogers. The Detroit Lions are still in the hunt for the playoffs after a loss in record-setting temperatures in Carolina last week. However, now all the focus has shifted to the Chicago Bears, who come to Detroit in Week 17. Head coach Dan Campbell will join us soon to talk that matchup. Plus, you'll hear from tight end Shane Zylstra in our player interview. Before we go anywhere, let's head back out to Charlotte to relive the sights and sounds from Week 16.
Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, Week 16 in the National Football League, and the Lions are set to go on the road to face the Carolina Panthers in a game, stop me if you've heard it before, both teams have got to win.
Let's go, boys. Let's go, stick together, have fun, fly around, you feel me? Have some fun. Win on three, 1, 2, 3, win. Ah! Bully ball on three, 1, 2, 3.
Carolina shows 5 across that front. Blitz comes, Goff back, he's looking, throws deep downfield, wants Chark, and makes the catch inside the 25-yard line and down at the 21. Goff looking out over that defense, now he leans in. There's the snap on 3rd and 6. Goff back, Goff looks, Goff throws, middle caught, inside the 5. First and goal for the Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown makes the catch. Goff up under center, again Williams single back. Goff turns, fakes the give, rolls right, looking, throwing, end zone. Caught, touchdown Detroit Lions. Shane Zylstra with the grab. Darnold out of the gun, gives it to Blackshear, hit the backfield, gonna get dropped for a loss. Aleem McNeil just engulfed him that time and took him down. From their own 12, Goff's got it, wants to throw, looks, throws, caught, Mitchell, got it across the 25 to the 30, the rookie out to the 34-yard line. Piniero's ready. There's the snap, hold, kick away, it is up and it is good. 24-7 as we hit the break. Not out of it, but so far it has not been pretty. Something's got to change for the Lions in the second half here. Quick throw left side, DJ Moore the catch, follows his blocker. Did he get in for the touchdown? He did. Touchdown Carolina as they pick up right where they left off. To the Lions, you just think, get a first down, man. Yeah. Something they haven't done in quite some time. Going downfield for Khalif Raymond, who makes the diving catch down at the 20-yard line. Terrific catch by Khalif Raymond for 56 yards. Goff takes the snap, throws end zone, it is caught. Touchdown, back of the end zone. Again, Shane Zylstra with it, second of the day for him. Goff moves in behind center, direct snap, pitches it to Justin Jackson. That's well read and blown up. So the Lions come up empty, they're still down 18. Goff takes the snap, back and looking, throwing, end zone, caught, touchdown. Shane Zylstra, third one today. Badgley's ready, spot, kick away, it is up and it is good. Makes it a 14-point game. So Carolina will take a knee one time and this game will be over. Lions will lose 37-23. After winning 6 out of 7, they fall on a clunker here in Charlotte.
All 3 of the Lions' touchdowns against the Panthers coming from second-year Detroit Lion Shane Zylstra. Zylstra became just the second tight end in franchise history with a touchdown hat trick in a game. You'll hear from him coming up next. Plus, we catch you up on the Detroit Lions 2023 Pro Bowl cheerleader after the break. Inside the Pride is presented by Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort and sponsored by Priority Health, Kroger, and by Henry Ford Health.
Hello, my name is Allison, and this is my second season as a captain for the Detroit Lions cheerleaders. If somebody were to meet me for the first time, I would want them to know that I'm a very passionate person and always put 100% effort into whatever I'm passionate about. I am passionate about coaching, teaching, and mentoring because I just love bringing a positive atmosphere and outlook to all of the students that I come in contact with. One of my favorite Detroit Lions cheerleaders memories has always been the junior clinic. I think it's really special that all of the dancers come from so many different backgrounds, and as a community we can come together and perform in a halftime performance on the field. I have gotten the opportunity to teach two of my nieces their very first dance class, and I just feel very honored that they always look up to me and they want to dance like Auntie Allie one day. My family means so much to me. Ever since a young age, they've always been there to support me at my dance competitions or anything school related, and I just strive to be that person to my nieces and my nephews and maybe my own kids one day.
Shane, after the Green Bay game, you score your first touchdown. You were kind of wishy-washy in what you were doing with the football that you scored with. 3 touchdowns against Carolina. Did you figure out what you're doing with those game balls yet?
So I got the first one painted actually as a first touchdown ball. That one will go in the trophy case. And then these ones I actually kept just raw, just the regular footballs. And same thing, they'll go in the trophy case. But yeah, pretty special to get 3 of them on the same day.
Only the second tight end in franchise history to do that. But you've scored 3 touchdowns in college games before, 4 games with 3 touchdowns when you were at Minnesota State. So as you were eyeing that 3rd touchdown against Carolina, what was going through your mind?
Just catch the football, make the right read, you know, all that kind of stuff, and just, you know, be ready when my number's called. What
prepared you the most, do you think, to maximize your opportunity?
Just being ready and being patient is probably the biggest thing. Obviously, that was, you know, only the second time that I've caught touchdown passes here in Detroit, but it's just sticking with it, keeping your head about you, and just going to work every day.
You had an unconventional path here to Detroit. You started off at Division II, Minnesota State. What was the most difficult part of the journey, getting here to the National Football League?
Just probably getting your foot in the door. It's hard for anyone to make it, and then for the whole COVID thing, to throw a wrench in the plans. And I think they kind of stayed away from taking small school guys, just not getting enough film out there. And obviously the level of competition, I think that was probably the hardest part, and I've just been trying to maximize on my opportunity once I got here.
You graduated from Minnesota State in 2019. 2020, you mentioned it was difficult with COVID. What did you do between graduating and then finally signing with Minnesota in 2021?
Yeah, so I actually just worked construction, building houses, building garages, sheds, and doing a little bit of remodeling for a local family guy. He was really understanding of my schedule and knew that I wanted to continue to pursue football.
Were there some days that were just longer where you're like, maybe the NFL won't call?
Yeah, and for that reason, my wife was a huge, you know, integral part of it, just being like, hey, you gotta go work out. You know, you worked out this morning, you went to work, like, hey, you gotta go hit your field work, stuff like that. So just staying on me, so I gotta give a huge shout out to her as well.
Brandon signed with Detroit in early October. How did the dynamic change when it was little brother who was showing him around and showing him the ropes?
Yeah, it's funny because that first day, it felt weird. It felt like that first day of college or something for him. We've never been able to play together, and we've talked about it since we were in 5th, 6th grade. Just something we always wanted to do, whether it was high school, college, or football, and obviously it didn't work out until the NFL, which is the craziest part. Who would have thought? But yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome to share the field with him finally. He's been in the league for a while, so he's been able to give me advice on and off the field as an NFL player, and then to finally be together on the same team doing it together, it's just special.
That first touchdown against Green Bay, that was actually the first game that you and your brother, Brandon, were elevated from the practice squad in. You catch that touchdown ball. What was the first thing you did after that?
I ran over to him, and he just kind of talked about how proud he was of me, you know, the journey that I've taken to get to that point, and then to score that first touchdown with him there, being elevated on the same day, it was an incredible moment for us and our family.
4 Zylstra brothers?
4 Zylstra brothers.
Do you guys all get together, watch football games here in Detroit? Have they made it to a game?
They have not all made it to a game. It's pretty rare that we all get together, but when we do, it's special.
Last home game of the year coming up against the Chicago Bears. We're already here somehow. After a loss in Carolina, how does this team bounce back to get a win here at home?
Get back to the basics. Go back to work. You know, we got to forget about the loss, as frustrating as it was, and you know, we have to win out to keep our playoff hopes alive. So basically, we have to win, and that's just what our focus is this week.
Welcome back to Inside the Pride. I'm now joined by the head coach, Dan Campbell. After a setback in Carolina, what do you need to see physically and mentally from your team to make sure they're as prepared as possible for Sunday?
Yeah, I think everything is about literally getting back to the basics and doing everything that we have preached and taught, and just our core foundation. It's about the competition. It's about using the fundamentals inside the scheme that we're teaching and putting our guys in the best matchup to win. And once you refocus on that, you'll be just fine.
Chicago Bears are on the clock. The core foundation for them offensively is that rushing attack, namely led by quarterback Justin Fields. How do you limit his explosiveness?
Well, look, it's not easy. I think limit is the right word. I think he's hard to stop, but you do have to limit him. And if you want to stop them, you have to stop this player. You have to limit what he's able to do. And this is where he's dangerous. And because you can do everything right, you fit all your gaps. He's got the running back. All right, now you have the quarterback, and it's just one-on-one out here in space. And by the way, this is a very good athlete, a very good athlete. And these are the things he can do. So, hey, you got to make the play. Well, if you don't, turn him back, slow him down, and now, man, we need the cavalry to come. They've got to come. Everybody's got to get on this population of the football, because otherwise this is what happens, because it happens time after time after time with this player.
A weapon in the pass game is tight end Cole Kmet. 2 touchdowns in the first meeting against your defense. What did your team learn the most to really limit him there in the scoring game come round 2? Yeah,
well, look, he's a good player too. I think guys like him are hard to find. He's a complete tight end. He's really good in the run game, and he can hurt you in the pass game. Just his size alone, his length, his size, he runs well. And then you can see this catch here. I mean, when you're this big and make a play like that, you can't cover it. I mean, because it is covered, he's not covered. But look, I think more than anything, we know that he'll be a big part of what they do in the run game, but the play pass stuff, we can't fall asleep on this guy, because they will. They'll slip him right out. He's up in the seam, and then he can make a play like this. So he can be dangerous. He's got a lot of versatility.
The Bears lost the heart of their defense and safety Eddie Jackson week 12 with a foot injury, but here steps Nicholas Morrow, linebacker, leads the team in tackles. How do you make sure he does not disrupt your offense?
You got to know where he's at all times. This player's very active. We liked him coming out, liked him as a free agent, but he fits everything that they're about, because he's a run and hit linebacker. He's got speed, he diagnoses quick, and they all kind of play this way, man. They're relentless, they're aggressive, they're finishers, they bite the football, they scrape at the football, they're getting takeaways, and he's one of the biggest reasons why. I feel like they all kind of play the way he plays, and that's all out all the time.
Looking to the last home game of the season against the Bears, you said against Carolina your team was missing some of that fire that it's played with out of the last 7 weeks. How do you instill that fire back into your squad?
Yeah, well, look, we got enough prideful guys. I go back to this. There's a reason why we assembled this team the way we did, players, coaches, everything. And it's because we believe that you're built a certain way. And when something bad like this happens to you, you want to get back up and prove yourself. You don't want that to be the last thought that everybody has about you. And so we'll respond. Like I said, we'll go back to the basics. These guys will be ready to go.
The Detroit Lions will look for a bounce back on New Year's Day against NFC North foe, the Chicago Bears, who currently sit at 3-12. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Sunday on Fox. Inside the Pride, presented by Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. We'll be right back.
Yep. Good one. Big one. That'll do.
You're having a good run with fish. Hopefully we can keep it going with Jack and me.
Yeah, we'll see. Ready for the cabin?
Getting there, yeah, I'm excited. Excited for us to all be there.
Yeah, I'm ready to be there.
Yeah, I wish we could stay 2 weeks. But I'm trying to remember how old you were the first time you went to the cabin.
I remember the pictures of me and Elena. I feel like I was pretty young. I think I might have been 3.
Yeah. You guys would fish, and as soon as we hear the boat coming in, we run to the dock and see what you got.
Yeah, Dad would clean the fish with all the mosquitoes destroying his face. End up looking like a mutant after. Face all swollen.
Yeah. Yes, he did. What do you call it? Gandalf?
Yeah, so he looked like Gandalf. One thing that I've been very lucky, my family has had a cabin in Northwest Ontario that you can only get to by boat or plane. It's as remote as it gets, no phone service, bear scratches on the side of the porch, like, it's up there. I think all my favorite memories are up at my cabin. I remember one day it was raining the whole day, right? And when you're up there with rain, there's no electricity or everything, so you're kind of stuck. We all played cards all day. And then like that's when they had the portable like flip over DVD player. So we watched Tommy Boy as a family on this like 10-inch screen. And then my brother woke up the next day really early and looked out the back window and there's a huge black bear. And he yelled, "Holy shnikes."
Shnikes.
And then Dad woke up from his sleep machine and he got in his underwear and we got in the John boat and we all chased it. Remember?
Oh, yeah. I do remember now. Yeah. And that's probably what started your love for fishing was your dad, your grandpas. Both grandpas loved to fish. Your uncles, just a lot of love for the outdoors in the family. That was enthralled in you or whatever, and you've just kept it going. And fishing's kind of your away from everything too.
Yeah. When my dad passed away, how I've gotten through grief and how I've grieved has been a lot of just being by myself fishing or being by myself in the woods. And I think it's, like I said about when you're fishing, there's nothing, like it's an escape.
You're quick at reeling that thing in, girl. Here, you want me to help you? Yeah. All right, let's see how far I can get it. She's backing up.
Somebody's got a fish.
Oh, where's the fish? Keelan, you?
There we go. You see it all the way out there? All right.
So is this event just through that one organization that we contacted, or is it?
So this is Frank's foundation, actually. This is the first year that he started it. Frank's dad passed away his junior year of college. 6 years next weekend, actually. And he used to fish with his dad all the time. This was his favorite thing to do, yeah. And his nickname was Regs.
Center Frank Ragnow was just named to his second Pro Bowl in his career. You can catch part 3 of Under the Helmet as Frank uses his love for the outdoors to help those who are grieving. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Before we wrap up today's show, we have to get to Rogers Retweets, where I pull some of my favorite social media clips. And we have to start with going back to Carolina because we had some of the best Lions superfans in attendance, including our girl Megan Stefanski, who I featured last week, and Ron Crackman Cracchiola. They took pictures with team owner Sheila Hamp, with running backs coach Deuce Staley, and yours truly. I am so honored. Thank you guys for braving the frigid temps there in Carolina, and someone who was nice and warm making cookies on Christmas Eve while we were all outside at the game. The Cantu family, the babies looked so cute in their little Christmas outfits. I'm glad they were able to decorate some cookies with some Lions theme. Thank you guys for supporting Detroit. And on Christmas Day, Alicia and family were enjoying opening some presents. And she said her little boy was so excited he even shed a tear when he opened up that Aiden Hutchinson jersey. Hutch, of course, leading all NFL rookies in sacks right now with 7. What a great Christmas day for the family. And that wraps up this edition of Rogers Retweets. Thanks so much for tuning in. Reminder, Detroit Lions kickoff against the Chicago Bears this Sunday on New Year's Day. Kickoff is slated for 1 p.m. We'll see you there.